They see many wars happening between people, and aliens and humans get millions after 5 people they achieve victory for the first time and become a champion. The war I wish was in the title Wahab Moore. She was always the hope that held everyone against her, aliens that appear after college. Whoever goes to the Ministry of Defense, because before General Baraka and the one who explains the operation to him, they are doing it to anyone, and France to stop. Progress is only because these operations were done. Many people, and perhaps people except him, must come. He participated in the war to help him in the evening, and they said war, and even in front of people. He participated in the war, and they say he cannot expose himself. In danger, the general stumbles upon the order to arrest him, and they catch him, and he seeks to corrupt him. The military man tells you thanks for welcoming her. Beirut, I wasn't supposed to be here, but the forces. This speech deserves because they said a silent answer that this is how they come back for service, and they tell the difference. It is supposed to be there, but now the battalion is in the clear. Back under the blanket, and they are punished. They eat paper and are among the first team. Once, I don't know what to do with her, and he doesn't talk to her. To them but they are reassured that she is returning to the base. Currents of what was war and before what was the land. On the plane, they all get off and see the battle. With an alliance, it remains for her, and it will be like a slogan among them. The other is trying to escape until the judge stops supporting him. On the war, and he did not know how to deal with the reason. She commented on the Japanese language when they met. The branch appears, it may end with the whole group, and a different person appears, not easily or without bullets. He gets rid of him with a bomb he detonated in the kingdom. He says he will die and wake up. An army will suffer from the first in military leadership. But if he was in a solution before the decision that wants the same thing as it, he didn't understand anything. Something happens, he goes to me. The difference happens as it happened the first time he wore it. His super suit and riding the current. So we can go, the place is war. The currents are clear in all of them. For the battle, and when they come down again, you fight the king from the behavior of death, but it does not allow me to begin. They moved because of his son, and when the war ended, they killed him. The second and the sick are on the capable. God knows that the king knows his agenda, and they all die for the band, and there he tells them what exactly happened, and that the forces are now because he plays Kusina. The heroism is hidden in order to extract the plane, which strikes for the third time, and they all take him down. The war was one of his friends. The plane was going to fall on. Save it is too late for him. There is no reason like this once, from the time he is in, but his abilities and skills. It was the evolution of both the earth and every time it was formed. The end of the pain, and when the day repeats again, it goes away. She is aware of everything that is happening, and his agenda is just a trap. Possible, and with access to America through words and money, and what revolves around it and dies is an illusion. But it is repeated for a second day in the stage of Farkat and Badir. Behind the chin on your job is what defines them as the same. When they start training, he decides to look around commitment. He runs away from them during training and goes to her. He tells her everything that happened, so she took it and told him that it was her. She also had the same condition as him. She lost her, he asked that she know, and so does he. Getting rid of her requires that he go to war at that time. The first one of them is called a writer and professor, physics and biology. And he is the only one who is convinced by the idea that there is a temporal existence. But what happened at all? The entrance to problems was sufficient for the base, and it would begin. He explains to you that the king is composed of sections that he rules. There is something in which one has the ability to control. In time, the king, whose name was the first time 1,000, and was considered the representative, and called the secretary in the first. He didn't die and pointed to the images to repeat. The first day that happened, they ate bloody on him, and they entered his temporal capacity. Illiteracy also enables you to know what is happening. On a day exactly like you, she tells you that the wish is, I don't know what's going on, so there's a fight. The two individuals called for them used all weapons and equipment every time you get it and get rid of it. They are all from the soul, and this is necessary every day until it arrives. The matter is pure, so he tells them that he may leave. The general says anyway. States that she went once and they knew her. To the psychiatric department, and there is no one in front of me. However, he helped 9 people in their affairs. No one knows Qatar. I definitely look for it too, because it is a part of it. Inside the force, when it merged with time, it is enough for her child to get rid of him, and she can. The fourth is to kill for the sake of war for some reason. They deliver. The most important thing here is not to get injured. It is necessary to say it before. She did not lose her forces and lost a lot of blood. From his person, and he is the one who caused it. She loses this ability and he sees how they are beaten. Vision, as he said, was able to locate the American. There is a lover who decides and tells them the way it was. He devises a plan because Morocco prefers her identity to be war. In the second time, it is better, and there is no hope that there will be a war. They still don't say what happened. We don't know. He chooses a car, and she works with it while they are on the way. He attacks them and can't finish it, and they try to frame. He confronts, and you say, it's not the end. More, we are not a lover, and he saw an accusation perhaps. She advanced in the war. When she had the ability, when the girl runs out of battery, she will go ahead. They continue their problems and arrive at a deserted place. Helicopter pilots try to meet on her and he tells her that they can stay in. It starts tomorrow, but it is decided because it is today. Life says the key is after we drink coffee in Ankara today. And it says it's 3. No, it happened before. And he was with the key. They are in it. And what is in it when you get on the plane? And he wanted her to visit Mafta so she could get on the plane. He didn't really put it on himself. The second day, he decides that he needs to go to make sure that the Omega is present in the place. Anyone who discovers that he is proud of that vision, whoever saw it was fake, will be saved for himself. He brings the day back so they can assess what happened. They say they deny what this is what they did. If anything, Naja was able to know what the wish was, and that if the device in front of you has a type of alif or person, there is something through which he knows what the trustworthy was and what this device is present in the ministry, and it is large. In her story to the general, they talk about everything and they try. After that, he hands her the device and leaves the office. The guards are trying to attack them, and at the same time he comes, the device is on itself, and they will see how it detects it. The truth is under the Louvre Museum in Paris and the door. They were the ones, when he said I was in the hospital, he knows that they told us that he will surely lose general ability and Bakrit to know who the hospital, and they are saving themselves, but they ask for help from their teams. Thanks convince them through knowledge of everything they need. I have known them for a very long time. But with a council, the country is between America and moving on Paris. For the language stage, the American place dies from them, many people, and the rest is between a place close to the museum is only the bullets they have. From the difference themselves in order to attract the attention of others. He had to work a second time so he could reach them. It is covered by the ban, and it takes months for them to arrive. The other is for the museum, and they take it downstairs until I arrive. And before the bombs think about being together in the wish, and it's all over. Another time today, but the patients are in. The movement went to fight the United Forces in London and see news of the satellite's capabilities. We are still capable of war because of a large wave from Paris. Humans go to war, and military leaders go. Everything is fine, and then they see what you don't want. He knows what, but he decides that he gets to know her again.